And welcome back to Broader Financial Future, my friends. Hopefully, you're having an amazing day so far. In today's video, we're going to discuss Warren Buffett. Yes, Warren Buffett, recent moves for Berkshire Hathaway when it comes to his recent purchases and sales, which I'm calling billionaire moves. So you don't want to miss today's video. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. We're close to 500 subscribers. Help us get over to that hump. In addition, smash the like button. It really helps out the channel. And stay tuned. All right, broader financial features and all my BFFs. Just a quick disclaimer, this video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Any investment may involve risks, so it's important that you always do your own homework. So let's get into today's video. So the first company we're going to talk about is US Bank Corp. Now, US Bank Corp is the nation's fifth largest bank by assets and America's biggest regional bank. It's also one of the oldest Buffett stocks in their Berkshire Hathaway portfolio. Now, he initially started his position in 2006. So recently, in quarter of Q1 of this year, he reduced the stake by 0.6%, uh, at a value of $7.3 billion. Yes, $7.3 billion. That is a lot of cash. Next up on the list is Chevron. This is another company that reduced the stake in for negative 2%. So they dropped it by 2% in Q1 of 2021. Chevron, if you don't know, that is a gas station company, basically gas, oils, things of that nature. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how companies like Chevron, Shell are going to hold up as we move into the EV stage in the near future, especially when you have the Teslas and cars of that nature. All right, next up on the list is General Motors. This is another company that reduced the stake in by negative 10% in Q1. And if you don't know, General Motors is basically a car company. Um, it's basically one of the world's largest auto manufacturer. So he's getting rid of that company as well, which I could kind of see. This company, Abbvie, is actually one of my favorite companies. He actually reduced his stake by almost 10%. I definitely love Abbvie. I love their dividend. This one's definitely a dividend aristocrat. If you don't know, it basically means it's been paying out a dividend and increasing its dividend for over 25 years. Currently, it has a dividend yield of about 4%, depending on the day that you're looking at the stock. But I really love it. Abbvie has been one of my favorite pharmaceutical companies, but I do get why he might have let it go. Um, but he still owns it, but he did drop a significant percent. Next up, we have another pharmaceutical company in Bristol Myers. He definitely reduced the stake by about 15%. So that's another company. And we're talking about billions of dollars here. In this case, 1.8 billion, which is a lot of money. I'm not a greedy person. I just want 1 billion. You know what I mean? That's all I really need. So hopefully we can get that soon. In addition, another company. This is a company I never even heard of. Marsh McLennan, uh, reduced by 20%. Obviously, this one is not as high. It's in the hundreds of millions at 590 million, which is still a lot of money. Um, so this is another company that he reduced the stake in. Another company on our list is another pharmaceutical company and Merck. Merck, and it's actually definitely slashed it by a lot by 51%. So a lot of Merck, it is gone. Just like Abbvie and Bristol Myers. So as you can see, there's a pattern of pharmaceutical companies getting kind of dropped off this list. All right. Mm-mm-mm. Next up is Liberty Global Class A shares. Now, unlike the other ones on the list, this company he completely got rid of. He said, "I am done." He initially opened up his position in 2013, paying an average of $38.69. But he definitely sold it at a loss because this company is not doing too well at all. This company is down 13% in 5 years, and in the past year, it had a bit of a bump of 25%. So I can kind of see why he decided to exit this position um, while it's starting to climb back up because you never know what's going to happen. And this is a company I never heard of myself, so I could kind of see why you might want to just kind of let something like this go. Sometimes it's better to sell at a loss and hold something you don't know what's going to happen. Another company on this list is Biogen, and this is another pharmaceutical company. As you can see, um, a lot of pharmaceutical companies on the list that he either reduced his stake in, or in this case, completely got out of the game when it comes to the company. In this case, he is gone when it comes to Biogen. And last on my list when it comes to reducing or exiting out of position, and that's a Zoeta coating system. This company's been around since 1966. It's a coating company, basically materials. This is a company, he said, I am out. This is another company I'm not too familiar with. I never heard about it. So it's definitely interesting to see some of these companies that these billionaires have their money in because there's some of these companies on the list I never heard of, but they believed in at some point. But you got to look at the stock market. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stocks, thousands of stocks out there that you're not going to know every company. Yes, we know the Apples, the Googles, the Amazons, but some of the little some of the other companies out there you might not have heard of because there's so many. So it's always good to kind of see what's out there and see what you're interested in investing in. All right. So these companies he added money to. This is RH. So he added to his stake 2% in Q1. And if you don't know, RH is basically the restoration hardware space. They operate 106 retail and outlet stores across the US and Canada. It also owns watermarks and high-end bath and kitchen retailers with 14 showrooms. So basically, when it comes to a company like this, they focus on the high-end customers when it comes to furniture and things of that nature. Now, RH shares have more than tripled since January 1st of 2020. It's up by 239% versus a 42% total for the broader market. Now, this is interesting. This is a company I never heard of myself as well. And this is a company that's doing really well. Even though it's doing really well, this is a company that he added more shares into. So this is a company I am interested in learning more about to see if this is a company I want to kind of invest in as well. Next on the list is a company that he actually added more shares to is Ion. Uh, he upped his shares by 7% in Q1, basically $1 billion. Now, this is actually a London-based company. It's not a US company, and it's basically they offer like insurance, pensions, financial services, healthcare. So basically, this is what this company focus on, and they're based in London. So everybody should have that insurance because you never know what's going to happen in life. So you definitely want to be covered, especially these days if you get sick. Or if you knock on wood, if you pass away, you can leave something to your loved ones. So that's another company and it's doing really well. When you look at their shares, have provided a total return of 566%. That's including a dividend over the past decade versus the S&P 500 of 305%. So it's doing really, really really well. So this company's doing well. There's another company I'm going to look into. The only thing is when they're trading at such high values, um, I like to kind of buy them when they kind of dip a little bit. But sometimes some companies don't dip; they just keep going up. So if you believe in it enough, it's worth looking into. And last on the list is a company I was looking into last year, and that's Kroger. He actually initiated this position in 2016. I remember when he did that, I was thinking about adding into to it to Kroger at that point, but I didn't. I bought something else. I don't remember what. But shares are up year to date, nearly 37%. But instead of buying Kroger, if you didn't see my other video, I actually added to my position in Albertsons last year. So I went the Albertsons route, not the Kroger route in 2020, and Albertson has been good to me. Actually, it's funny how both retail spaces have been really good when you look at Albertson and Kroger. Now, when I think about it, they're doing better than I guess the CVS is in a Walmart from what I remember. But it's interesting to see how both retail stores, grocery stores, are doing really well, and it's good to see. Overall, some of my final thoughts is interesting to see what companies these billionaires are buying into, what companies these billionaires are letting go. I don't know. So some of these companies I'm going to definitely look more into and see if there's something I kind of want to buy into myself. And let me know, do you own any of these companies that either Warren Buffett got rid of or he added to his portfolio? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, everybody, peace.